America's News Now, and President Joe Biden announced sweeping sanctions against Russia last week because of their cyber attacks and interference in America's elections. Joining us right now to break it all down is cybersecurity expert and attorney Leeza Garber. Leeza, good morning.
Good morning, Jan.
First, talk us through what happened and how cyber experts like yourself were able to trace these types of hacks directly to Russia.
So if we step back a little bit and look at the SolarWinds hack, which happened in 2020 last year, it's been called the largest and most sophisticated cyber attack the world has ever seen. And in the United States, it got into the information and data of over 100 private companies and dozens of government agencies, including the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. So in order to try to determine the origin of these kinds of attacks, especially at this level, it takes months and months of digital forensic investigations to determine what kind of code was used, what kind of tactics were in place, and to try to tack it on to a certain foreign adversary. In this case, experts were able to look into some similarities between Russian foreign national intelligence and hacking groups in Russia. And in that way, they were able to pin it on Russia in addition to a couple other really in-depth tactics.
Okay, so what was the motive behind these breaches? And I'm just curious, will these sanctions actually stop this from happening, or could this potentially cause other cyber attacks?
That's the eternal question, right? Because we're looking at sanctions from both sides. In the US, they've expelled 10 Russian diplomats, and Russia has done the same, in addition to blacklisting major US government officials, including the director of the FBI, meaning they cannot go into Russia. And there have been a variety of other sanctions on both sides. Biden has said he wants to de-escalate at this point, but Russian officials have said it's really been a tit for tat kind of play out. So when we look at what this will do, the question is, what's going on right now, right? What are the intelligence agencies doing in both countries? They're both constantly looking at each other. The strategies are evolving, and cybersecurity is right now a huge war front between the US and Russia.
So what is the U.S. doing right now to prevent these kinds of cyber attacks in the future?
The United States certainly has upped the ante and really tried to be proactive about cybersecurity, especially after election interference, questions of misinformation, and the SolarWinds hack, amongst many other major hacks that have happened recently. So right now we have all different agencies working together in coordination, including cybersecurity agencies, the US military, and the NSA. In addition, they're providing funding to the states and local level governments to try to help them shore up their systems as well, and trying to share intelligence with social media to avoid those misinformation campaigns.
Leeza Garber, always a pleasure to talk to you. Great expertise, and we appreciate your wisdom for us this morning.
Thank you, Jan.